Welcome to our T-Mobile G2x review starring me and my shadow. This phone is a speed racer. It has a dual-core processor, NVIDIA Tegra 2, just like the one found in the Atrix 4G and the T-Mobile G-Slate tablet, which is like a giant version of this. This is like the mini-me of the G-Slate. And we actually found this phone to perform a lot faster than the G-Slate, and it was a lot more stable. It crashed less. The G2X runs stock Android 2.2, but another big feature on this phone is its 1080p video recording capability, courtesy of its 8 megapixel main camera. On the front, we have a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera, and that is for quick video chats. We've also got Wi-Fi, stereo Bluetooth 2.1, GPS, an accelerometer for 3D gaming, and the G2X gives us DLNA for wirelessly streaming our content onto HD monitors. Other than this phone being a speed racer and offering a multitude of multimedia and entertainment possibilities, it has one of the best still cameras we've seen on a phone to date, including exceptional low light sensitivity for a phone of this caliber, for any phone for that matter, even beating out the iPhone with its brightness adjustability. Also, we got camera controls out the wazoo, and this phone's gallery never even hiccuped when we were flying through videos and stills. Now on the video side of the planet, 1080p HD video image quality is great. For a little phone, it's better than we expected. It rivals entry-level point-and-shoot cameras. However, we experienced some motion lag, some dropped frames, and also the low light sensitivity was not that great. We could boost the brightness, but when we boosted the brightness, we experienced a world of noise that we've never seen before on any camera or any device. So that's something you're going to want to use the video light for. And speaking of the video light, we can't toggle that on and off while we're shooting video. And with the camera in general, we don't have touch focus. So if we could have those things, this would be an unstoppable camera. While we're riding the gripe train, this phone has 8 gigabytes of internal memory, but it doesn't have an SD card included. It would be nice to have at least an 8 gigabyte micro SD card, so we can have at least 16 gigabytes to match the iPhone. Also, battery life is mediocre. We benchmarked the G2X with the Atrix 4G, and the G2X tapped out early on. You're gonna need a charge at the end of the night, every night. So now let's step inside the mind of the T-Mobile G2X. The G2X is a speed demon. As you can see, the dual core goodness working its magic. Very, very fast phone. And let's go to applications here. Just look at that. Response time is just wicked quick. Here's your typical 5-home screen Android 2.2 experience. Adding widgets here. Standard kind of cluster of widgets. Now when we get to the browser, it's still pretty quick. This is where a lot of phones lag. And Flash 10.1 support. You can see that is synced perfectly. That's a very good thing. And we get Need for Speed Shift preloaded on this phone. Let's check out the graphics here. Great frame rate. Great graphics. So 3D gaming is not a problem on the G2X. Android market. It is the new style, new version. Keyboard is the typical Android keyboard. This is Tegra Zone, and these are all games optimized for the dual core processor. And here is Dungeon Defenders. This is one of the Tegra Zone games, kind of like a World of Warcraft game, but it's free, and that's a plus. For productivity, a great thing about this phone is that it has Polaris Office, so it allows you to work on Office documents and That's great because we don't have to download a program from the Android market. Our InfoSync diagnosis with the T-Mobile G2x is actually very promising. This phone has exceptional still image quality with an 8 megapixel camera. Its 1080p video quality is good. It needs a little work though, as we stated. We also need some better battery life, and we'd like a little more storage, maybe an 8 gigabyte micro SD card. But aside from that, this phone is blazingly fast. It's excellent with browsing. It gives you productivity with Polaris Office. We get Tegra Zone, which takes advantage of those dual 1 gigahertz cores. And as a multimedia and entertainment powerhouse, this phone is almost unstoppable. And the best part is it's not as big as the Evo 4G or the Droid X, any of those giant multimedia behemoths. So in closing, the T-Mobile G2x is definitely worth it. We give it the thumbs up. For the full T-Mobile G2x review, go to www.infosyncworld.com for image samples, video samples, you name it, further analysis. Until next time, I'm Mike Perlman.